If you want to understand native speakers and try to speak more like an English native speaker, then you must practice connected speech. I'm going to explain the key points of connected speech and show you how you can improve this skill. So firstly, what is connected speech? When we talk about connected speech, most of us think about linking. To link two things together means to connect them. So when English native speakers talk normally, which usually is at quite a fast pace, we link the sounds of words together. So this assists with the natural flow of speech and makes it more effortless for us to talk quickly. Remember that linking happens with all variations of English, regardless of accent, like British, American, Australian, Irish accents, etc. They all have linking. And linking is not a bad thing. It's normal and it's not an informal way of speaking. It's just something natural that happens and everyone does it. So when does linking happen? Linking happens when the end of one word blends into the beginning of the next word. Especially when the last sound of a word is a consonant sound and the first sound of the next word is a vowel sound. I'm going to say some common day-to-day phrases, first without linking and then with linking. I want you to listen and see if you can hear the difference and see which sounds get linked together. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? So we can hear that what ends with a t sound, which is a consonant. Then the next word is are, which starts with a vowel sound. These sounds naturally become linked to sound less like what are and more like what are. What are. The next word is you, which starts with ya, so another consonant sound, which also becomes linked. So what are you becomes what are you? What are you? Finally, doing gets added on to the linked words. What are you doing gets all linked together to become what are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, let's look at some more examples. Give it to him becomes give it to him. Give it to him. What's happening becomes what's happening? What's happening? Do you want to go becomes do you want to go? Do you want to go? What is it about becomes what is it about? What is it about? Okay, so we've talked about consonant to vowel linking, but there's also consonant to consonant linking and vowel to vowel linking. So let's go into a bit more detail about the rules of linking. Let's look at consonant to consonant linking. Here's the phonetic alphabet. All of the sounds that I've circled are the consonants. When the same consonant sound is found at the end of one word and at the beginning of the next, there's no break in speech. Basically, the consonant sound is just held for a slightly longer time. Let's look at the phrase, what time? Instead of separating the words and saying what time, we link the last T sound at the end of what with the first T sound at the beginning of time. So it becomes what time? What time? We only need one T sound. Let's look at some more examples. Bad day, bad day, bad day. Went to, went to, went to. Gas stove, gas stove, gas stove. Some money, some money, some money. Now let's look at a few more examples of consonant to vowel linking. Here you can see all of the vowel sounds and diphthongs. Remember, diphthongs are sounds formed by a combination of two vowel sounds, in which the sound begins as one vowel sound and moves toward another, like oi in coin, or ow in loud. So like I said at the beginning of the video, when the first word ends with a consonant sound and the second word begins with a vowel sound, we carry the consonant sound over to the following word. For example, take it. Take ends with k, our consonant sound, and it begins with it, our vowel sound. So instead of saying take it, we say take it. Take it. work at, work at, work at. Some of, some of, some of. And finally, we have linking vowel to vowel sounds. When the first word ends in one of these vowels, I, a, or oi, and the second word begins with any vowel sound, we insert a y sound to link them. The ends with e. Apple starts with a, so the apple gets a y sound inserted into the middle. The apple becomes the apple, the apple. Hear that y sound in the middle? The apple, the apple. Toy ends with the oi sound, and the next word would be airplane. Again, we use the y sound to link these words. Toy airplane becomes toy airplane, toy airplane. Say ends with the a sound. So say it becomes say it, say it. Try ends with the I sound. Try again becomes try again, try again. In addition to this, there's another rule. When the first word ends in an ow or oo sound, when our lips are round, ow, oo, we insert a w sound, a w, to link the sounds. Let's look at the phrase slow animal. We add a w sound in the middle. Slow animal, slow animal. W, slow animal. Do you hear it? Blue ends with this oo sound. So if we want to say blue apron, we add the w sound in the middle. Blue apron, blue apron. It's almost like you're saying wapron, blue apron. How about becomes how about, how about. So old becomes so old, so old. So there you go. Those are the basics and kind of introduction into connected speech and linking. However, we also have something called reduction, which is also important to know about when you want to practice connected speech. So basically, reductions are reduced forms of English words. Although they're not technically real words in English, they are used extensively by native speakers in music, in movies, in books, and just everyday life. So, for example, want to becomes wanna, going to becomes gonna, kind of becomes kinda, let me becomes lemme, should have becomes shoulda, and would have becomes woulda. So now you might be thinking, okay, great, I understand connected speech, linking, and reduction, but how do I actually practice and improve these skills? I always say this, but I say it because it's true. You'll never improve your speaking skills if you don't actually regularly practice speaking and receive feedback from a teacher. So realistically, the best option is to have English classes or do a course where the focus is heavily on speaking and improving your communication skills. And of course, I have private classes available, and if you're interested in having classes with me, you can click the link in the description under this video for more information. Another super common technique to improve your connected speech is called shadowing. I'm just going to talk about shadowing briefly because I know that most people are probably already familiar with it, but basically in shadowing, you mimic or imitate the sounds that you hear as you hear them. So you practice saying full sentences like a native speaker. So how can you practice shadowing? Well, for example, you can listen to a podcast or watch a video in English and then pause the video and focus on one sentence at a time and try to repeat exactly what you hear. The best structure for shadowing is picking a section of a video or podcast and then following these 4 steps. So step 1, listen for understanding. Step 2, listen for pronunciation. Step 3, shadow a section of the episode you're watching or listening to. And then step 4, challenge yourself by trying to get faster and repeating it multiple times. Recording yourself speaking might also be a really good idea because it lets you listen and see the way that you say a sentence and then how it compares to how a native speaker says it. So then you can listen to yourself, correct yourself or make any necessary changes after. Okay, that's it. We are done. This is my final bow. Thank you for watching. I hope this video helped you understand the basics of connected speech, and remember to be patient with yourself. It takes time to get better at this skill. This is one of the most difficult skills in pronunciation, so just be patient and try to make it fun when you do practice. Also, I would really appreciate you subscribing to my channel, and don't forget to check out my Instagram, and also leave me a comment on this video telling me what you would like to see next. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!